Hey, so you're thinking about picking up an A&D MF50 moisture analyzer bundle for your workshop or lab, right? I get it, you don't want to drop cash on something that ends up sitting in the corner because it can't handle the job you actually need done. Before you click buy, let me walk you through what this thing is really good at and where it might leave you wanting. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't some fancy lab-only gadget that requires a PhD to run. I've seen people use it for everything from checking the moisture in wood pellets before burning to verifying the dryness of 3D printer filament spools before they warp. The bundle usually comes with the analyzer, a calibration weight, and sometimes a spare sample pan, useful if you're testing a lot of different materials in one session. The real question is whether your daily use matches what this thing is designed to do. If you're working with small batches of organic material, think coffee beans, soil samples, or even food ingredients, this analyzer gives you a quick moisture percentage without having to send samples out to a lab. That saves time when you're trying to dial in a roast profile or adjust a recipe. I've seen hobbyists use it to confirm that their dehydrated jerky is actually dry enough to store safely, which is way better than guessing and risking mold later. But if you're dealing with large volumes or super sticky substances, you might find yourself wishing you'd gone for a bigger, more industrial unit. One thing that trips people up is the sample size. The MF50 only takes about 5 grams of material at a time, so if you're used to testing handfuls of wood chips or big batches of grain, you'll need to grind or divide your sample first. That adds an extra step and can slow you down if you're in a hurry. Also, the heating element isn't as aggressive as some higher-end models, so if you're working with materials that hold moisture tightly like certain clays or resins, you might need to run longer cycles or pre-dry the sample yourself. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's worth planning for. Another practical point, the display is straightforward, but it's not touchscreen. You'll be using the buttons to set the test time and temperature, which is fine until you're wearing gloves or your hands are messy. I've seen people set it up on a bench and just walk away while it runs, which works if you're testing multiple samples in sequence. But if you need real-time adjustments or alerts, you'll be disappointed. The bundle doesn't include any software or data logging, so if you want to track trends over time, you'll need to manually record the results or use a spreadsheet. Now, who should actually buy this? If you're a small batch producer, a hobbyist with a side hustle, or someone who just wants to avoid sending samples to a lab every time you need a moisture reading, this is a solid pick. It's accurate enough for most non-critical applications, and the price point is reasonable compared to professional lab equipment. You're not getting the precision of a $2,000 analyzer, but for the price, it's a practical tool that actually gets used. Who should skip it? If you're dealing with large volumes, super fine powders that might blow around, or materials that require high heat to release moisture, look elsewhere. Also, if you need to log data automatically or integrate with other equipment, this isn't the right fit. There are cheaper moisture meters out there, but they often give rough readings that aren't reliable for anything beyond a quick check. This one at least gives you a percentage you can trust for small-scale work. The biggest strength here is the balance between cost and capability. You're not paying for lab-grade performance, but you're also not stuck with a toy that can't give you real numbers. The bundle helps you get started right away, and the calibration weight means you can verify accuracy without buying extra parts. Just be realistic about your sample sizes and the time you're willing to spend prepping. If you're on the fence, I'd say go for it if the MF50 fits your workflow. It's not going to revolutionize your process, but it will give you reliable moisture data without breaking the bank. If you're still unsure, check the link in the description and see if the specs match what you're actually testing. Sometimes the right tool is the one that fits your daily grind, not the one with the longest feature list.